No Jesse on the mechanical side. Jesse wanted to give someone else a chance today. He didn't want to outshine his teammates. Noxus, shout out Noxus. He's in chat right now, I think. He has requested best of 7 for this match. There he is. He's got a little check mark next to his name. That means he's definitely real. Sorry, what are they saying? I haven't been reading this.
Farah has better mechanics than Alpha.
Sorry. I don't know why I laughed. No bias here. Oh, they're just speaking French, for goodness sake. I don't know what they're saying.
It's going to be one hell of a matchup. My money is on the team with that crazy French player.
Don't know why that made me laugh. Ridiculous, thanks to the Prime sub. Grim Dark Flame, how you doing with the 28-month Prime? Jesse with the 38-month Tier 1. 31-month Tier 1, I can't read. Expected, thanks for gifting Lenny his 2-year. Laser Matt with the 3-month Prime. A nice bathroom with the 7-month Tier 1. I think we're almost caught up here. We got Zar X with the Prime. And the second with 100 bits. He says, do you know Scrub likes mouses? What you mean is, do you know Scrub likes mice?
Have they been encouraged?
Yeah, I've been hearing about that recently. I'm not sure.
Depending on the team, because TBH, they all have big brains and big mechanics.
Look at that. Did you guys see that? I think Farah just air rolled, so we're already off to an extremely high start mechanically for Team Brain. Team Brain, in case you are not aware, is very big barricade up. Team Mechanics is Alpha, Astral, and Chaussette. So of course, like somebody just said, or like Brian just said, all of these guys have got good mechanics and good brains for Rocket League. But at the highest level, there are going to be standouts for both. And Astral was the player I asked to make a team for this. Oh, already that's an Alpha double touch off the ceiling. Saved by the crossbar. Good positioning though by K-Dop. He's using his brain well there. Knows exactly where to be.
The plural of mouse is mousey IUP.
Okay, fair enough. If Brian says it, then you know it's true. Nice positioning here by K-Dop again. He's trying to set up a double touch for himself. There he peek. Gonna wait back as third man. And he actually beats, I think it was Astral to the ball pretty easily there. No, sorry, it wasn't Astral. It was Alpha in the Fennec. Nice little clear there from Alpha. Yeah, Astral picked Alpha as his obvious second pick, or man that he needed to have in his team mechanically. And then they both agreed on Chaussette as a third. Chaussette is well known for having both a big Rocket League brain and great mechanics, but yeah, the brain team was already full. Fairy Peak, K-Dot, Farah, very easy picks there. You'll notice everybody in the field, like I said earlier, either is French or speaks French. Passing play attempted by Astral and Alpha. 1-2 not coming to fruition. That's a double commit though, and wide open net. Is anybody there? Nobody's there for it.
So today at the bank,
that's a great pass though. What a save pre-jump by Fairy Peak there
smiley face
to keep this level. He's completely out of boost though. Farah finds K-Dop, passing at a defense, looking good. No mind game, because in comes Chaussette for the cross-map dribble. He tries to double touch it near post, and you see Astral and Alpha both waiting in the wings. Now, when Fairy Peak heard about the opposition for this Team Brain, the first thing he said was, well, that's not a fun team to play against, and he's not wrong. This is definitely not a team you want to run into in Rocket League. Because, like I said earlier, they do have great positioning, great awareness, and on top of that, some unbelievable mechanics. But guess who else has good mechanics? Fairy Peak with the 1v3. Over one, under another, and dunks the goalkeeper. Nothing is too hard for the legend. And of course, the ever-reliable K-Dop with the finish. 1-0 to Team Brain in what is a best of 7 today. Fairy Peak with another dribble attempt. Bit too heavy on the first touch and direct to the goalkeeper. Farah has just faked it or missed it. Give him the benefit of the doubt because this seems to have worked out quite well. Half fully clear. Of course, not going to get missed by Team Mechanics. Look at the prize pool down. Oh my days! Sorry, I was too engrossed by the game. I just saw that. Wow. Okay, well, I guess we're up in something like $750 now, which is a very easy split 3-way actually. So that's nice. I'll catch up the notifications later. In fact, I'll tell you what, just because there's so much going on in 3v3, I'll mute alerts for the time being, but don't worry, I will go back and read every single one of them. I do appreciate you guys. They will still pop up on the screen, so you guys will still see it. Farah just narrowly missing with a double touch. So far, it has been Team Brain who have more cohesion, more pressure. And besides that open net which went astray from Team Mechanics, and of course, the very nice pre-jump save from Fairy Peak, there hasn't been too much going on for Team Mechanics in offense. They had a good start, they looked very threatening. They didn't get anything out of it. And now it's Team Brain who are making all the plays. It's actually a really nice read though on the infield pass. I think it was Astral who made that. Crucial that he did as well, because we had somebody already lurking in the middle for it. Current prize pool 750, okay. Something like that. I didn't actually calculate it, I just took a look and took a guess what the numbers might add up to. There's 48 seconds left so far. So good for Team Brain. Nice save there by Farah. Well communicated also from K-Dot that he was running out of boost and he needed help in that position. There's 35 seconds for Alpha, Astral, and Chaussette to make something happen. Well, they might indeed make it happen. Oh my goodness, Alpha with an outrageous solo play. I don't think anybody else in the orange team got a touch on this. He's just got a dunk in the middle of the air and then managed to rebound as it bounces back up off the floor. Well, we've had pretty good solo plays at both ends of the field. Similar, but Fairy Peaks was much slower than Alpha's. Full pitch domination from the Frenchman. I shouldn't really say the Frenchman in the match. I feel like French people should, because it doesn't really tell you anything about who I'm talking about. Of course, French players do have the biggest brains and the best mechanics in Europe, or so it would seem, including Astro, the honorary French member. He is, of course, from Belgium, for anybody who doesn't know. Alpha lets the ball bounce. It's OT, we go, game one. That could be a huge goal as well for the morale of Brain team, or sorry, Mechanics team. Living up to their name so far. Alpha is certainly living up to the name. And Alpha again, looking dangerous. That's a quick shot into the middle. Astral just shanked it wide, unfortunately. Chaussette still has pressure. He's had a quiet game one, Chaussette. That's a very deceptive pass into the middle. K-Dop's not ready for it. Stays somewhat in position, and Fairy Peak's there. Send the ball long. High pressure, perhaps, for Team Brain. Astral is actually creeping out of the goal. He's gone back in. That's very smart of him there. Realize that there could be a high center ball coming in. Looking for a high touch on this ball. Can't Chaussette go on the end of it. He's actually bumped the goalie out of the way, and K-Dop, in the last second save. That was crucial as well, because it was a wide open net on a rebound that is certainly not going to get missed at this level. We are seeing a really high level game here. You would never know. These guys are pugs, but K-Dop! Ceiling shots! Takes it in overtime. Remind me again who Team Mechanics are, because it's hard to tell. Very big says Team Mechanic. Farah says Get Mechanics. I don't speak French, but I think I know what he said there. Yeah, you can't stop the K-Dop sometimes. What a game one. What a brilliant series this could be. You know, there's one other element to high-level Rocket League that's, I think, just as important as brains and mechanics, and that is mentality. Now, yes, you could say the mentality is kind of tied in with brain, but in my opinion, they're also completely different in the sense that you could be the best positional player in the world and still be hugely tiltable. And if I look at these two lineups, I would say that Team Brain have got miles better mentality for team mentality up next. Team Brain have definitely got some pretty insane mentality. These guys are never gonna give up, and they're definitely gonna remain untilted even if things are going horribly wrong for them. You look at the younger, less experienced perhaps team that they're against, you think, well, maybe that team could be tilted, especially by being called out like that, saying, well, are you guys really the mechanical team, or are we? It doesn't look like it right now. Alpha's goal is all but forgotten. And you get another one. You're looking at all kinds of solo plays, of course, from all three, but look at the interceptions. Every time the ball comes into the middle, there's somebody lunging at it, whether it's Fairy Peak, K-Dot, Farah. Very good at communicating when they need help and when they need somebody to step in with an interception. Chaussette backflipping there by mistake. Into the middle comes the ball. Big dunk for Fairy Peak. K-Dot was going back though. It looks like the morale and momentum, both firmly in the side of the Brain team right now. But oh dear, Chaussette has just hard dunked K-Dop, and nobody's back for it. So this is careless from K-Dop. He walks right into that one, and even more careless perhaps is Farah moving up on what was nothing better than a 50-50. So both players there, definitely with parts of the blame. Very Big's probably thinking, come on guys, we can do better than that. And of course, looking at game one, we know that they can do better. Nice landing there by Alpha. And as well, Fairy Peak, all players trying to keep as efficient and quick as possible in the recoveries. Some pretty weak touches coming in for Team Brain. That demo by K-Dop though could be huge. Farah on the near post, maybe. Would have been better if he'd gone across. That's where Fairy Peak wanted him. Farah's already causing problems. Oh dear, Farah. Causing problems for both teams, it would seem. After having such good communication in game one. Starting to fall apart here. Team bump on the rotation out from Farah. See if he can get his head back in the game. Just as close, just as tense as the first game was. You see there the line of attack that Asdrill's taking was more of a back post approach. It's a line that gives him more options to follow up the ball with. Nice save there by Chaussette. He realized that Alpha might be in trouble. Alpha's making himself useful as well. K-Dop having to land poorly there just to stay relevant. Great timing though, and a little chip pass in field there, showing great awareness for K-Dop, knowing exactly what you can do. Makes a quick ground play. Fairy Peak has just sent it on target off the ceiling. Alpha with the save. K-Dop sends another one on net. That's also kept out. Look at him demoing everybody on the back line. He's trying to get Chaussette as well. The bump might be just as effective as any demo could have been. Fairy Peak takes one more out of the play, but oh dear, Fairy Peak and K-Dop collide. Everything was a bit chaotic there for both teams. And a lot of respect being shown to Alpha's aerial play. K-Dop and Farah knew better than to move in on that. You always expect one extra touch on an aerial play from Alpha 54. And there is the necessary touch, the only one he needed on this very low aerial play. K-Dop just getting caught underneath the ball at the near post there. Didn't read the play correctly. Was not facing the ball when he needed to be. And it's been quite a easy game so far for Team Mechanics. Careless mistakes in defense from Team Brain. I'd love to see a call out at the end of this one from Team Mechanics saying, hey, who's got the brains here? Because right now the rotation of Team Brain has been all over the place. They've looked fantastic in the first game, and they really need to settle down here. That's better. Farah decides to slam it high onto the backboard. Double commit from Team Mechanics. Fairy Peak on target. Alpha easily keeps it out. High ball from Farah. Nobody's across the field for it. It should be pretty routine defensive clear from Team Mechanics. They've got everything under control here. Got players in reserve. And they've only got to hold on to this lead for another 90 seconds. And every time they take the ball into the air, that precious time is being wasted for Team Brain. Farah has options here. It's a big dunk, and he's looking for a demo as well. The aggression has been a big part of game two for Team Brain. Not sure how much that was a decision that they made going into this, but hey, oh, what a save by Astral! That's a crazy, crazy save at the near post. It was a well-placed shot after a vicious infield pass. Astral, a player who wasn't too known for his defensive capabilities when he first burst onto the scene, certainly is now. 45 seconds remaining. Chaussette, center ball, or is it? He's just going all the way himself off the ceiling. And that was on target. Had it not been for clutch save by Team Brain, keeping themselves in this one. Pre-jump from Astral, passed it back down, and that's not a bad passing play at all. Alpha off the bar, wide open for Chaussette, but Fairy Peak gets back in the nick of time. They still have an outside chance here. They're looking desperate. The shot's not really meaningful. They're not threatening enough. 15 seconds left. And unless they score right now, this will be a tie series in the best of 7. Ball's in the back corner. They just can't get it past the midfield line. Astral quick up into the air, and that'll just about do it. Consolation goal or no, that is 1-1. And after game one, looking pretty even mechanically, maybe even swinging towards Team Brain showing the better mechanics. We actually had Team Mechanics showing the better brains in this one. The rotation was a lot cleaner. Positioning in net was definitely better overall. Let's see who's going to step up here and show us an all-around full package of mechanics and brain play. Again, thanks to everybody subbing and donating. I'm going to read all those out at the end of this series because I'm too far behind right now, but yeah, you are all very much appreciated. If you have to go before the end, then thank you very much for your support. Let's get into game 3. Just going to take a sip of my lime sip here. My voice is not going to make it to game 7. If we go there, get speed by Fairy Peak. Of course, one other thing to think about with this lobby, we haven't really talked about too much, but of course it's pretty obvious that these guys really do know each other so well. A kid up speed here, wow. Clinical from the 6th-time consecutive RLCS Grand Finalist. You know, there's some impressive stats in the Rocket League 3v3 world, but for me that is, I think, top 2 with Turbo Pulsar winning 4 times. Kid up, Grand Final 6 seasons in a row. Just doesn't know how to lose a semi-final in RLCS. Nice little clear here from Astral. He's going to be confusing people here with his blue car in the orange team. There, spikes a ball on target. That little air roll at the very last second to add some power. Wasn't enough. Good ball chase by K-Dop. Pressuring as the ball comes into the blue half. That's a really good pass by Fairy Peak. K-Dop striking is starting to cause problems. See Fairy Peak starting to take more of a backfield role here. He is dictating the play at the moment. He is the one sending the ball long. Every time he touches it, he's finding a teammate. And when you've got somebody like that in your team, it is so incredibly valuable. Just like back in the last few touches Fairy's made in defense. Take notes. That is how you move the ball. Get it to a car the same color as yours, unless of course it's Azrael. You know what I mean? Get it to a nameplate that's the same color. 2-0. The brain play looking strong. Fairy Peak looking dominant. He does get a flip reset here. Dunks out of it. Not too much materializing. Azrael thought about that, but he's called off. Top corner shot attempted by Alpha. That was a good try. Not good enough. And Farah dunks his teammate. Chaussette. He's trying to set up another ceiling shot. He's been almost there, Chaussette, a few times this game. He did, of course, have the dunk goal to open the scoring in game 2, but apart from that, he's been a bit outshone by his teammates, perhaps, so far. Chaussette is one of those players who suddenly will just burst into some of the best play that you will ever see. I think peak Chaussette is probably still the best player in the world, in my opinion. Aerial bump. Oh, what a recovery as well. Fairy Peak handling everything right now. That is absolutely crazy that didn't go in. Insane read on the goal line. What a dunk as well by Ferris. Definitely going well for the blue team here. That's a double in and out save attempted. Alpha got there. Just Kate up at the back. Again, Chaussette. Chaussette, top corner. Saved by the aforementioned. It's a nice position there by Kate up. He does like to face the ball in defense. He always has. Not one for shadowing too often. Oh, is that an own goal? Farah over the top of Chaussette for 3-0. We have to take another look at this one though. Big 50-50 win. And it came off the bar, down, and put into his own net by Chaussette. Of course, under immense pressure there. Certainly a forced error. And even if he didn't put it in, I'm sure Farah would have been quick to do so himself. So mechanics are really falling apart here in game number 3. They haven't been able to create too much in offense, and every time they do get something going, Fairy Peak is all over it. Kate up. Not going to get dribbled by Alpha at the moment. Still looking for demos whenever he can. Like I said earlier, I don't know if that was something intentional for the Brain team. Did they have a talk after game 1 and say, let's up the aggression? We just got an overtime win, let's tilt them. But hey, if They were tilted already. They might be now by this rock solid defense of Fairy Peak. He just doesn't let anything through. He's pre-jumping, he's positioning to perfection, reacting to everything that's happening. Just gonna leave on Fairy Peak camera for a second here. Hopefully we've not cursed him into making a huge blunder. He's played a great game here. All of the Brain team have. Astral, back pass. It's looking like the rotation is falling apart for them now. And that's another one for Farah. 4-0. After a quick blip in game 2, it's all come together. Great shooting for Farah. Picking his spot over the top of Alpha there, who did come off the goal line. Astral about to rage quit. Hey, not yet. Nah, come on. I don't think he'll rage quit yet. Also, the thing about Astral is he hits Fairy Peak, by the way. Did you see this? Again, he's everywhere. He is absolutely everywhere right now. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't think Astral would rage quit this game. But I'm looking forward to being proven wrong on that one. He has rage quit matches in the past where he doesn't like if he doesn't like losing to the player that he is in fact losing to, then yeah, the rage quit could happen. But I think he has some respect for all of the opponents on the other side of the field here, so I'd be surprised to see him rage quit this one. You know what happens. You play against Fairy K-Dot Farah, you're gonna lose occasionally. In fact, there was a time in I think it was season 4 or 5 that K-Dot Farah and Fairy Peak would all play. But that's unfortunate. Pre-jump not coming to fruition. K-Dot Farah Fairy Peak would play weekly Gfinity tournaments and farm RLCS teams. They would just like beat all of them. They would just like beat every RLCS team that they played. They were known, I think they just called themselves the Baguettes or something. Yeah, they would just beat everybody. Everyone was thinking, like, what would a team of these three actually look like? It was when K-Dot was on Team Dignitas, and Fairy Peak was, I believe, on Pashi's team. Was it Mocket? And I'm pretty sure Farah was on PSG. Yeah, 2-1 to the Brain team. They have looked overall like the better team today so far, pretty comfortably. They also played with Mout. Yeah, they did. They did play with Mout. I keep turning off the overlay by mistake. Can I control my chat? The mods are going to do it, don't worry. I have full faith in the Twitch chat moderation team. Very big, looking to dictate the play, looking to dictate the pace of the game just like he did in the last one. And of course, if they do get a chance to slow down the play, oh dear, well, not this much, but hey, still stand by what I was about to say. If they can slow down the play, I think that does favour them. But that's some really poor positioning in goal by Fairy Peak. I don't know what possessed him to leave the goal line wide open there. There he hits or miss, it would seem, in the Brain department from Team Brain today. We had a great looking game 1, great looking game 3, but the evens not looking as good. Well, let's see if Team Mechanics can do anything about this. Can they build on this lead? Can they start to swing things in their own table? Of course, you're never going to be surprised to see everything and anything being attempted by Team Mechanics in offense. And they might have gone a bit too far here. That is a wide open net for Farah. And he just walks it in. What on earth happened to the third man of the Brain team? I don't know if he was ever a part of that play. That's just what we're talking about. Team Mechanics getting in control. It's in fact them who capitulate. They go way too ham in offense. Reposition and timing there by Farah. The ball is pinched long. Astral there for it. He's of course trying to pass the ball at defense as well. Always finds a way to the ball, Astral, even if he misses his first takeoff, even if he jumps in the wrong direction. Immaculate air rolling. Alpha sends the ball to the back wall. That's where Fairy is. Fairy still looking to be that solid third man for Team Brain here, trying to make up for his earlier misplay. Astral stretched his neck out but not able to get to the ball in time, and good speed by Fairy securing the back corner boost. That's going to make it possible for them to break free of this pressure play. Farah flipping into position. He does come away with the ball. Not a lot of boost to play with. He tries for the mind game. And the mechanical team are well aware of Farah's tricks. Played both with and against each other just as often as you like. Farah denied by the post and a goalkeeper simultaneously. Always looking for maximum power on his shots today. Farah K-Dop just unable to get up and into position for that ball. Fairy Peak, 12 boost. Decides to fly off anyway. You know, sometimes, even if you're not going to reach the ball, it can be smart to go for one anyway, because just the fact that you've jumped is a threat and the other team might be worried about it. Mind game's not working at all though for the Brain team. You know, props to Team Mechanics for both reading and dealing with several already this series. And the way that they've been able to do that is just by picking their challenge angles as intelligently as possible. They know exactly where to come from. Alpha with a double touch. Looks like the no flip wasn't necessary. It actually made his landing worse. He's trying to use those whenever he can, just to prove to everybody that he does belong in this team. Tense game 4. The Brain can go ahead by 2 games here. Could be disastrous for Team Mechanics. That's not a good clear by K-Dop. A couple of touches, in fact, that he just made. That'll left a lot to be desired. One straight up into the ceiling and one down the middle. Neither of those clears are usually advised. Let's see if he can do better this time. He's off his goal line. K-Dop looking a bit awkward, but he gets the job done. Farah pops it clear. K-Dop certainly not playing as conventionally as he usually does, but hey, it works out because everybody was reading K-Dop to touch this ball. Chaussette and Alpha moving away from it. One of them needs to be playing the ball there. One of them needs to be moving back. Instead, they both went back. And that's allowed Fairy Peak to come in and score a goal for free. Now, what has K-Dop said here? Can somebody translate in the chat? Something about DC. K-Dop sends another one wide. Only just a minute and 8 seconds left there. In a great position here. There just hasn't been enough flair from Team Mechanics. Players like Alpha, Chaussette, Astral, you want to see more from them. You want to see them playing their best. And when they're playing their best, they're doing things just like what Alpha did in Game 1. Ridiculous solo plays. Whoa, what a save by K-Dop. Did he just dodge out of a bump to get a touch on that ball? I believe he may have indeed done that. Incredible timing. Either that or Alpha flew straight over him, but either way, K-Dop dealt with that one very well under pressure. Astral's touch goes over the bar into safety. Just 30 seconds left. Farah guarding the backboard. Fairy Peak on the goal line. K-Dop providing an option. They've got all angles covered here. Fairy Peak, unlike their mistake in Game 2, not getting dunked on as they go for that clear down the middle. This is the last chance, really, for Team Mechanics. Astral looking for a bump. He doesn't get it. And it's an easy clear at the end of the day for Brain. Fairy Peak in the goal, watching and waiting to see what's coming across, and he does get a tiny touch on the ball there. Ferraz will be more important, and it will win them game number 4. Send them ahead by 2 games. If this was a best of 5, it would already be over, but it is indeed a best of 7. There's a small chance here for Team Mechanics to come back. It's not looking good for them right now. The brains are just too big. The IQ is too high. The sizes of their foreheads too immense on the Brain team. Ban Alpha, he's speaking French words. I mean, I keep doing that by mistake. They all do speak French, so I'm sure it's fine. How do you get the elite title? Maybe the RLCS elite? I don't know. Gotta win something in RLCS. I can't remember what round it is. These guys, of course, have already gone beyond that. Is it RLCS LAN? And I think that might be the highest title that some of these guys do have. Early pressure from Team Mechanics. The boost is looking good, though, on everybody for Team Brain. And that's the important thing when you're under pressure, is not to let your boost dwindle, not to run out on multiple members at the same time. The boost management has been pretty good all series long from these 3. It's a really big part of the game, a very underrated part of the game. It's not getting completely swamped. It's not getting starved out by a team that are as quick as Alpha, Astral, and Chaussette are. Now we'll see if they can prove us wrong. They can come back from behind and dominate the mentality aspect to the series, the X Factor, the secret third element to high-level Rocket League. K-Dop up early for the first goal, but it's too close to the near post there. All these high balls from Team Brain, very difficult to reach, and nobody able to get on the end of that one as well. Fairy Peak's clear, just barely misses the ceiling. Beautiful. This one will come down off the ceiling, but K-Dop's there and ready for it. Farah there for the follow-up as well. Alpha always has that extra touch. It really is ridiculous how often he can bait people in. You think he's done, he's never done. He's always got that extra hit on it to take it away from the incoming players. And here comes Alpha again, looking for bumps on the goal line. Astral sends it into the post. It's all happening there at the same time. It's chaos at the back, but Team Brain again holding on to their boost. They're not wasting it, and as soon as they can slow down the play, they do. They look for the pass out of defense again. K-Dop sitting back waiting to see who's coming at him. It's a backboard defended by Fairy, goal defended by K-Dop. A momentary 3v1 that Chaussette will have to handle. Of course, his teammates are back, quick as you like. Now they can defend as a unit once again. End-to-end stuff in Game 5. You can bet your life that Team Brain want to be done with this series in 5 games. They want to be the dominant team here. Great read on the infield pass there by Fairy. And that's an almost goal. Oh my goodness, K-Dop on the goal line with a crazy read and an unbelievable save as well to keep us tied up here. The pre-jumps from Team Brain are next level. You can't pre-jump if you're bumped. An Astral shot makes it. Barely, but it makes it. Nice early aerial from him. And the placement and the power needed to be good there because Farah was darting back. We've got 2 minutes and 12 left on the clock. The prize pool for this, I should probably change that, shouldn't I? Because it is closer to 750. I don't know exactly what the prize pool is, but something in the region of this. Yeah, I'll check prize pool and donations and subs and stuff after this series is over. Was that an open end miss there from Astral? Or did I see that wrong? Was it Astral? I feel like somebody on Team Mechanics just completely missed an open net. I may be mistaken. Fairy Peak provides an option for Farah. He gets eliminated pretty quickly for his efforts. Team Brain stuck in their own half right now, and Farah walks right into Chaussette. This is a problem they had earlier, and they've fallen into the trap yet again. Just like in Game 2, Chaussette with a big challenge in the blue half nets his team a goal. This one needed a bit of follow-up, but it was still Chaussette making it happen. And it's like an outdated play, I would say. It's just too risky these days to go for a direct flick straight forward in a position like that. Farah and K-Dop both up at the same time. Farah not reading K-Dop's extra touch there. Now they're the ones being counter-attacked, saved by the post though. And with just over a minute left, they're down by 2. Struggling to get the ball out of their own half. It's been immense pressure. It's been brilliant midfield play from Team Mechanics. They've been shutting down everything, using their speed to just dominate every single play that comes their way. Clinical, consistent, a lot more so than they were showing us earlier. And they only need to keep it up for another 30 or so seconds. And they'll be sending us into Game 6. Great pass, but again, read by Fairy Peak. All these infield passes would be ripping apart your average team at the highest level. And these are not your average teams. Oh, okay. I was about to say Astral's misread this one, but apparently not. He was reading one step further. He thought it was bouncing backboard, jumps up, and then realizes, wait a minute, I could just send that one in. Fairy Peak's touched it right into me, so thank you very much. 3-0. And that'll just about do it for game number 5. Team Mechanics not quite out of it just yet. Well, they were nearly conceding there off a kickoff, but it's been saved by the cheating player. It's back to the drawing board again for Team Brain. Have they got a plan to respond to this? Certainly doesn't look to be infield passes, because every infield pass is getting sent right back where it came from in this series. At both ends of the field, there have been really no power. There's been no power held back on these. People are still putting them in anyway. Nice goal here from Team Mechanics to finish the match. Look at this from Alpha. Off the back wall and a redirect into the open net. Just to send them a message, just to get some more momentum going into the next game. It's been Alpha really that is trying to get the rest of his team to elevate their gameplay. He's had the moments, I would say, that have been the most impressive and the most crucial in both their wins perhaps, but we'll see. Chaussette, Astral, they both have the potential, they both have the ability to solo carry a game against anybody in the world. And who knows, maybe that's necessary. Maybe that's what they need to get the win here today. They're taking turns doing the heavy lifting. Game 6. Team Mechanics still need a couple wins in a row. Team Brain just need one. Double match point. They had a great response after losing game 2. They won 2 in a row. Can they do it again? Fairy Peak, eager to attack the ball. Just throws a quick reverse in there to avoid a demo. Chaussette trying to read a down bounce here. K-Dop's up there to prevent it from happening either way. And the pressure coming in from Fairy Peak. He's on the ceiling. Decides against continuing with that attack though. K-Dop sends it across. Everybody into the air simultaneously for Team Mechanics. And they've recovered quickly. And it looks like the space is being given to them. I don't know if the call came in from Team Brain, but they are backing off very, very far. They're not trying to pressure. They're not trying to move up the field and win this game with boost starving. They're not trying to win this game by forcing a misplay. They're just waiting for it to happen. And hey, there it is. Farah pounces on a weak clear. And they're up by 1. No need for the demo. The chase was all that Farah needed. He sent Astral turning in fear up the back corner wall. That left the net open. And a sharp shot again from Farah. No lack of power today on any of his hits. Just 4 minutes away from a big win. I do have to ask, of course, just in case this is the last game of the series, if we do try and arrange an American version of this game, this of course is a full EU lobby. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll get a mix of EU NA players. But yeah, who do you guys want to see in the American version of this game, if there ever is one? Or rather, the easiest way to do it perhaps is just to pick 2 team captains, because I whenever I'm doing or dealing with 2v2s and 3v3s, the thing I usually do is I'll just pick a team captain for both teams, and then I'll let him choose his team, because I don't want to pick a whole team for somebody when he might actually have other players that he prefers. So yeah, perhaps who do you guys think is the best? Who do you think is the most mechanical? Who do you think is the most intelligent? Best game sense in NA? Oh dear, this could be disastrous for Team Mechanics, but it's bounced wide. They have been let off the hook here. They've gone away with murder. And not only that, but they've counter-attacked at the other end of the field. That really could have been 2-0. You could say it should have been 2-0. But Chaussette's demo in front of the shot has opened up the net, and it's 1-1. They're right back in it after being saved by the post at the other end of the field. Alpha again with the goal. Off the ceiling he goes. He has to dodge early. He's actually bumped Astral out of the way here accidentally. Chaussette waits back. He's picked his spot here to move in. It's a well-timed challenge by Fairy. They will have to deal with several aerial attacks. It's an all-out offensive play here, coming at them from all angles. The Team Brain are standing up to the challenge at the moment. They are aware of the task that's ahead of them. They know that they're going to have to make some quick aerial challenges. They're just taking turns. They're communicating who's going to go for what ball. They're making it happen. 2 minutes left. Just 1 goal away still from winning the series. Alpha composed in defense. He sends the ball clear. Big dunk. What a read. Fairy Peak is there to guide the ball wide. Still tons of pressure crucial second touch there by Farah to send it over the attacking player. Fairy Peak on the back wall, keeps it close to himself. And now K-Dop has a chance in a 1v1. He's trying to bump out Astral the way, gets him. Here comes the reinforcements though. Of course, with reinforcements will come multiple touches. Fairy Peak's pass to himself off the sidewall, shut down. K-Dop matches, in fact beats Alpha for speed, or Astral rather. In the blue half, it's Farah. His touch not the best, he's just giving it straight to his current teammate Chaussette. Enemies today, usually friends, usually trying to help each other get wins. Another infield path gets shut down. Farah has time here, but will the boost spawn for him? He doesn't go for it. Wants to play the ball instead, and it's not the best touch. It just goes straight to the first player. Doesn't take anybody out of the game. K-Dop with a big dunk, in fact. Might give himself an opportunity. No, he's beaten to the ball. And it's in the back corner for Fairy Peak. One more time. Fairy Peak tries to go long, but look at both teams sitting back. They're not getting caught out by attempted hard clears. You wonder, where is the big play going to come from? Or maybe the big mistake, because that's how it's been this game so far. Team Brain waiting for the big mistake. Team Mechanics trying to get the big play going. And just 20 seconds left in regulation time to see which one it's going to be. Not a lot of boost at the back for Team Brain. They've been keeping their boost under control very well all series. And against a team like Team Mechanics, it's not easy to do that for the length that this series has gone on for. Into 0 second time. Farah just wants to get it down, but he centered it to Astral. Farah diving into the middle. K-Dop pops it clear. Surely this has to go OT. No, it bounces up again, and zero boost Chaussette puts it into the middle. Fairy Peak beaten to the ball. Astral passes to Chaussette for the shot, but it's into the crossbar. And it's a scramble from one end of the field to the other to try and get the ball clear. Unbelievable stuff. As we head into overtime, game 6. Will there be an ace match, or will the Brains knock out the Brawn with one game to spare? It's more pressure. Alpha trying to pinch the ball center. We've seen Astral score one of those shots before, but not today. K-Dop, quick in the air himself, threatening, and it's open for Farah to win. 4-2. The Brains were too big. And Alpha, when his mechanics needed to be on point the most, has completely whiffed the ball. It bounces into the middle, and Farah does not miss those shots. He doesn't miss from there. GG's. Very well played by all players. And congratulations to Team Brain on the win. 4-2 over Team Mechanics. I don't know if that was the result that you guys were expecting, but it is the result that we've had. It wasn't the result I was expecting. I thought Team Mechanics might have the edge here. But yeah, cohesion, consistency, definitely more on the side of Team Brain today. And yeah, they were ready to go to the go to war mechanically as well. They knew it was going to be a bit of a struggle against Team Mechanics. They knew that it was going to be a difficult team to play against, but they stepped up. Hey, thanks. Thank you, Fairy Peak, for playing. He says, thanks for letting us prove that Alpha needs a brain. Yeah, it was a huge series for Fairy Peak at times. He had a couple of blunders, but I think it was game 3. Wow. Unbelievable defense. Just unbelievable composure in the pressure that Team Mechanics were bringing to the table. Chaussette, Astral, they both have the potential. They both have the ability to solo carry a game against anybody in the world. And who knows, maybe that's necessary. Maybe that's what they need to get the win here today. They're taking turns doing the heavy lifting. Game 6. Team Mechanics still need a couple wins in a row. Team Brain just need one. Double match point. They had a great response after losing game 2. They won 2 in a row. Can they do it again? Fairy Peak, eager to attack the ball. Just throws a quick reverse in there to avoid a demo. Chaussette trying to read a down bounce here. K-Dop's up there to prevent it from happening either way. Now the pressure coming in from Fairy Peak. He's on the ceiling. Decides against continuing with that attack though. K-Dop sends it across. Everybody into the air simultaneously for Team Mechanics. They've recovered quickly. And it looks like the space is being given to them. I don't know if the call came in from Team Brain, but they are backing off very, very far. They're not trying to pressure. They're not trying to move up the field and win this game with boost starving. They're not trying to win this game by forcing a misplay. They're just waiting for it to happen. And hey, there it is. Farah pounces on a weak clear. And they're up by 1. No need for the demo. The chase was all that Farah needed. He sent Azrael turning in fear up the back corner wall. That left the net open. And a sharp shot again from Farah. No lack of power today on any of his hits. Just 4 minutes away from a big win. I do have to ask, of course, just in case this is the last game of the series, if we do try and arrange an American version of this game, this of course is a full EU lobby. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll get a mix of EU NA players. But yeah, who do you guys want to see in the American version of this game, if there ever is one? Or rather, the easiest way to do it perhaps is just to pick 2 team captains, because whenever I'm doing or dealing with 2v2s and 3v3s, the thing I usually do is I'll just pick a team captain for both teams, and then I'll let him choose his team, because I don't want to pick a whole team for somebody when he might actually have other players that he prefers. So yeah, perhaps who do you guys think is the best? Who do you think is the most mechanical? Who do you think is the most intelligent? Best game sense in NA? Oh dear, this could be disastrous for Team Mechanics, but it's bounced wide. They have been let off the hook here. They've gotten away with murder. And not only that, but they've counter-attacked at the other end of the field. That really could have been 2-0. You could say it should have been 2-0. But Chaussette's demo in front of the shot has opened up the net, and it's 1-1. They're right back in it after being saved by the post at the other end of the field. Alpha again with the goal. Off the ceiling he goes. He has to dodge early. He's actually bumped Azrael out of the way here accidentally. Chaussette waits back. He's picked his spot here to move in. It's a well-timed challenge by Fairy. They will have to deal with several aerial attacks. It's an all-out offensive play here, coming at them from all angles. The Team Brain are standing up to the challenge at the moment. They are aware of the task that's ahead of them. They know that they're going to have to make some quick aerial challenges. They're just taking turns. They're communicating who's going to go for what ball. And they're making it happen. 2 minutes left. Just 1 goal away still from winning the series. Alpha composed in defense. He sends the ball clear. Big dunk. What a read. Fairy Peak is there to guide the ball wide. Still tons of pressure. Crucial second touch there by Farah to send it over the attacking player. Fairy Peak on the back wall keeps it close to himself. And now K-Dop has a chance in a 1v1. He's trying to bump out Azrael the way, gets him. Here comes the reinforcements, so of course with reinforcements will come multiple touches. Fairy Peak's pass to himself off the sidewall, shut down. K-Dop matches, in fact beats Alpha for speed, or Azrael rather. In the blue half, it's Farah. His touch not the best. He's just giving it straight to his current teammate Chaussette. Enemies today, usually friends, usually trying to help each other get wins. Another infield pass gets shut down. Farah has time here, but will the boost spawn for him? He doesn't go for it. Wants to play the ball instead, and it's not the best touch. It just goes straight to the first player. Doesn't take anybody out of the game. K-Dop with a big dunk, in fact. Might give himself an opportunity. No, he's beaten to the ball. And it's in the back corner for Fairy Peak. One more time. Fairy Peak tries to go long, but look at both teams sitting back. They're not getting caught out by attempted hard clears. You wonder, where is the big play going to come from? Or maybe the big mistake, because that's how it's been this game so far. Team Brain waiting for the big mistake. Team Mechanics trying to get the big play going. And just 20 seconds left in regulation time to see which one it's going to be. Not a lot of boost at the back for Team Brain. They've been keeping their boost under control very well all series. And against a team like Team Mechanics, it's not easy to do that for the length that this series has gone on for. Into 0 second time. Farah just wants to get it down, but he centered it to Azrael. Farah diving into the middle. K-Dop pops it clear. Surely this has to go OT. No, it bounces up again, and zero boost Chaussette puts it into the middle. Fairy Peak beaten to the ball. Astral passes to Chaussette for the shot, but it's into the crossbar. And it's a scramble from one end of the field to the other to try and get the ball clear. Unbelievable stuff. As we head into overtime, game 6. Will there be an ace match? Or will the Brains knock out the Brawn with one game to spare? It's more pressure. Alpha trying to pinch the ball center. We've seen Astral score one of those shots before, but not today. K-Dop, quick in the air himself, threatening, and it's open for Farah to win. 4-2. The Brains were too big. And Alpha, when his mechanics needed to be on point the most, has completely whiffed the ball. It bounces into the middle, and Farah does not miss those shots. He doesn't miss from there. GG's. Very well played by all players. And congratulations to Team Brain on the win. 4-2 over Team Mechanics. I don't know if that was the result that you guys were expecting, but it is the result that we've had. It wasn't the result I was expecting. I thought Team Mechanics might have the edge here.